this is kind of an old story, but it's relevant in terms of St. Thomas. Now, Popcaan, who is who has his show here, Unruly Fest, he tries to have it in St. Thomas. COVID happened, so he wasn't able to have it. Goodyear is under construction, or the Goodyear property is under construction, so he couldn't have it there. So he had it in Yalas. The last Unruly Fest that was held, based on what I saw, came to an abrupt stop.
Right, and I was present.
Oh, you were there.
Right.
Right. So you can let me know if correct me if I am wrong. But it came to an abrupt stop, because I don't know if it's the noise abatement. I don't know, like no, I don't know if the license that they got or the permit that they got to do the show carried them up to that particular time. So after that time, done.
Right. So based on what the members of the JCF who came on stage said, they gave them up to 4, and they asked for an extra hour, and they gave them their hour, and it is now 5 o'clock. You need to get off the stage. There was a rumor. Someone told me that Popcaan himself did come and say, "See the paper here? At 6 o'clock we pay for." So I'm a little confused as to what was the actual cutoff time, but the show came to an end because they passed the time and they were given an extra hour according to the JCF. But Popcaan is saying at 6 o'clock them full lock off.
Right.
At 6 o'clock him pay million for. So why it cut off early?
Right.
So somebody never get a memo.
Somebody never get a memo.
But I understand that whoever the officers were from outside of the parish.
Right, because they hired a good. I spoke to one of the policemen on site that day, someone I know, and he said there are over 200 policemen, I believe, on the property, and they had to outsource
Some of them
from Kingston and I think he even said other parishes, some random parishes, not just Kingston, to make up the numbers. Cause I guess people have to still work at the stations across the country, so them
Right.
can't draw for everybody. So they took from different areas.
Yeah, so you'd probably use like a half-duty cop.
Right. So they had over 200 from multiple places to assist those in St. Thomas.
Right.
But again, Popcaan said in pay for it.
Right.
That was part of the 2 million, I could be wrong, 2 million, 3 million. They got paid for all of that.
Right.
They got paid for the extra policemen, and they got paid for to have the show up to a certain time. The mystery is what was the actual time.
Right.
Because one party is saying it's 4, one party is saying it's 6.
Right.
Somebody never get a memo.
Right.
But then afterwards, because everybody saw
When him cuss.
his response
Yeah,
to
right.
the shut off. So, and he had to report to court 2 times. One of the court sentences was $6,000.
With a discount. Well, with the discount, it went to 6
$6,000
for 4 charges. 1,500 per charge.
And then the second time it was $40,000. The fine was $40,000.
$1,000, right?
No,
So
I feel like no. I'm not saying don't charge him, and don't if that is what the fine is on the books, then fine. But I kind of see with him frustration. He's really trying
To give back to the parish.
something with the parish. Like, you have all of this road work coming, so investment is going to follow the road improvement project. But, what about the people who are already here, who have been here all their lives? How do you improve their lives? Like, okay, so a hotel is coming. Oh, you can get a gardener work over there, so, or, you can get a security work over there, so, but not saying that those are not ways to make money, but what about the people who, want to own property, want to, invest in more, just more than that, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I see, yes, of course, all right. Suppose, somebody wants to develop some sort of B&B, some sort, like, so when concerts of that magnitude come in, you can rent out a little place and
Right.
whatever. Places like that already exist.
This, right.
But, like, I don't know if there is a holistic vision from any government.
Right.
So you have somebody who is from the parish and he's trying, and then it just seems disheartening to know that you'd haul him to court for $6,000 and $46,000.
And I have thoughts, cause many people are saying discipline is a part of our big issue in Jamaica, and I agree. So they're like, the party for lock off, fine, but I don't know. It was a good time. They weren't being disruptive. They weren't being unruly, even though it's an unruly face.
Right?
Like, it didn't need to happen. He could have, based on the show, based on where he was in the show, you could feel that it was coming to an end.
Right.
So maybe in 20 minutes the show would have done anyway.
Right.
So the police could have helped, but in my opinion, they could have just made the show end.
At 6.
And people would argue that discipline and boundaries, and we need to make sure people recognize that there are consequences for their actions. I get it. Don't come get.
But if we're going to speak on discipline and consequences for actions, we need to go right across the board.
Right. There should be fairness for everyone, because certain other major events go into the sunlight.
Go into 12 midday.
Oh,
Like
right.
9, 10,
Right.
11
Where's
o'clock
the
in
noise
day.
abatement act then? Where's the shutting off then?
Yeah, so these are the things that kind of
Right. And the area where it wasn't.
It wasn't a
It's like in a
highly
suburban
populated
area.
like no big
like that.
residential area.
Right. It was a big empty field. And it's like the one major party in this parish every year. Like, how often does this happen, you know?
Exactly, and it's proceeds from that event
That go
gives
back into the parish.
So
So I can see his frustration, which is why he started to cuss and go on the way. Because I said, that's why. I don't know if you saw that part. It's like, me never want to keep the show here now. I still come do it.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, I saw that part.
So
I saw that
like,
part.
he kind of knows that there was always going to be a fight. And him still make up in mind for say, me I give back to my people.
And it. And then you had the whole thing where he decided to do some drain cleaning and all of that.
Right.
So he is obviously hell bent on making sure same place all right, and I respect that.
Me too. As unruly as it is.
I respect that. And then because a lot of people in his position by now would have given up. I'm not asking you. Them would have said, all right, me go carry my show, go over Portmore, go
no,
over,
but in the thing he also, me should carry my show go stadium.
Right.
And him still say, no, me I go a Yalas, me I go find a venue. So true, a lot of people by now would have saying, arena to my thing.
Deuces.
Yeah.
So it's,
Let them go on. And him still prevail.
So
It's unfortunate.
it's sad.
it's like you literally have to fight.
Right.
I guess, but just keep fighting the good fight. Anyway, Popcaan, big up yourself.
Wherever you're there.
Wherever you're there, anyway you stand up, big up yourself.
Keep on fighting.
And keep on doing it.
Keep on fighting. And
Coming out one travel too far for the next one.
You know what I mean?
We say east.
We say
No matter
east.
how them a try fight,
Yeah, man.
we say east.
Yeah, man. Go and do your thing.